There's a lot to live up to in Junior TKM after that fantastic Junior X30 race. Matthew Taylor and Ryan Edwards occupy the front row with Abby Pulling and Jack Davidson on row 2 from Graham and Goodsold, Witten and White, and lots of challenges further down as well. Keep an eye on Christian Briley, who could be worth a watch on the back row as we charge for the first corner. Rolling start, and away we go. Good start from the front of the field there from the C plate and the O plate, but it's the O plate who hits the front. Matthew Taylor up to second position has come Matthew Graham in the 3.
Oh, and I think Abby Pulling's had a problem there. She's way down the field. Can't quite make her out, but she's lost a lot of places at the start. It's Taylor that's through to the lead. Look at this already. He's got 10 kart lengths coming out of the hairpin.
Won the British Open at the TKM Festival, hence why he carries the O plate, and he's looking for another victory as Joseph Reeves-Smith gets left out to dry there by Sam Fowler on the way to the Bruno Ferrari chicane under braking. He makes that stick perfectly. Matthew Graham in second position, running in front of the 33. That is Christopher Witten, and there was contact.
That was the C plate on the 33, and if that's been spotted, there'll be a warning flag coming out. It might get away with just a warning there. He has made up places though.
Ryan Edwards there getting in the wars a little bit. Oh, Suzanne Goodsold has spun out.
Yeah, she's in turn 1. She's out in turn 1. I tell you what, Abby Pulling has lost a load of places. There she is. She's gone through lap 1 in 16th place. Got it all to do now. Started P3.
Wow, somebody's got it in for the girls today at Shenington. That is really a shame because both Goodsold and Pulling were high up on the grid and they were challenging for a victory today, but it just hasn't worked out their way. Still a good jostle in the Bruno Ferrari chicane as they hop over the curbs and down onto the tarmac once again as Graham is trying to get second position back off the C plate, and diving up the inside comes Jack Davidson up to P3. Nicely done there. Winner of the TV race at round 5. I tell you what, the early stages of this one, Junior X30 was good. We haven't seen anything yet by the look of it.
Absolutely. This class, TKM, in both the junior and senior flavours, always delivers great race action. We always look forward to the TKM Festival, Jake, don't we, every season. There's more places made up down the field.
So the 35 giving a push signal. That's Bradley White trying to coax Adam Sparrow to move him further forward. He might have some company here from Chris Witten in the 33 just on his tail. Joseph Reeves-Smith and Roman Haskett are in there for close company as well. So there could be a bit of a 5-man brawl there. As up the inside now, Davidson goes for second position. And through 2 goes the 3 of Graham. So the Welsh champion, Ryan Edwards on the C plate, has dropped from second to 4th in one corner at Wilkins. As up the inside, that looked like a move there from Joseph Reeves-Smith trying to move up in the 90. Has he got the job done? He has. Very nicely done there to move up into what I believe is now going to be P6, I think it is. So he has moved up into the top 6 for the first time in this race. And this time, he's one of those drivers, Joseph Reeves-Smith. He's always there on the verge of greatness and something goes wrong. Today, it looks as though his bad luck is behind him. He's on a charge.
Yeah, great race action in this one early on. As we saw in the earlier Junior X30, this one's living up to the billing. It's always, every time we see Junior TKM or TKM Extreme even in small fields, we always get fantastic race action. I said before, people are constantly banging on about a level playing field. They were talking about Junior X30 as the new level playing field. You've already got a level playing field. It's TKM in both the extreme and junior varieties. Later in the race, pretty much still as you were. The 4 out front pulling away from the 2 in behind.
Yeah, 5th and 6th position, although Reeves-Smith has made the move to pass Bradley White for 5th position. But interestingly, watch as they come through. That's Goodsold in the distance about to be lapped. But look at that top 4. It is nowhere near as big a gap for the leader as it was before. Davidson is on a charge here. He's going to zip it up the inside at Wilkins. Graham's going to go with him. Beautifully done. And he might even lose 3rd position. He just gets the door shut in time. But no longer is the O plate at the head of the field. It's now the Scot, Jack Davidson.
Classic kart racing. Again, we saw it earlier on. One kart goes through, the kart in behind just puts his nose cone on the rear bumper, and that hangs the man who was leading out to dry. And we've got another move here for second place, and again we've got exactly the same move, Jake.
Yeah, Taylor gets the move back for second position. Very nicely done. Edwards goes with him, and down to 4th place goes Matthew Graham, but he has an opportunity here to get him back. He doesn't have a poor kart underneath him. If anything, he's got a rocket of a kart underneath him, but it's this fantastic quad of fantastic karts. Up the inside goes Edwards again into Wilkins. He's got Taylor, so too is Graham. I told you.
Again, we see the same move. The driver makes the move and the driver behind goes with him. Again, it's just classic karting stuff you see all the time That's the 90 of Joseph Reeve-Smith. 35 there, Bradley White. Rookie season for Bradley, but he's already a major player in the Super 1 Championship this season. Top quality.
These two are catching the top four. Look, they have almost completely decimated the gap that they once had to break down, and they're almost breathing the exhaust fumes of them. They lead up the O-plate. Taylor just dives for the inside of the left-hander of the Bruno Ferrari chicane, and now Reeve-Smith and White are upon them.
Brilliant move there. I have to say that is one of the most difficult overtaking opportunities on this circuit. Went straight up the inside, never touched the driver who was overtaking. Top quality stuff from Matthew Taylor. We know he's a top driver as we see Reeve-Smith go past Edwards. Another fantastic move. Fantastic, clean racing, outstanding quality. We've had it all day, and this one again, some fantastic stuff.
Yeah, on the whole, the driving standards have been pretty exceptional all round, really. There's a couple of minor incidents we don't need to dwell on too harsh, but it's fantastic to watch these guys at their peak, battling for glory. Fantastic stuff, and still the lead is up for debate. Davidson has got Matthew Graham all over the back of him, looking for that lunge into Wilkins. I think Edwards might try this one on Joseph Reeve-Smith. Yes, he does. Bradley White's on the inside line too. Can Reeve-Smith shut the door? Yes, he does. Very nicely done indeed. That was a very difficult move to sustain, and he manages to hold his position just in behind Bradley White. Will be very frustrated he didn't get that done.
I think I just noticed there, Jake, down in 16th after lap 1. I'm sure it was Abby Pulling. She was miles and miles behind. Pretty sure, just have a look, see if we can pick her out. She's on the 49. Is that her in 7th? Yes, it is.
It is. How has she done that?
She's come from a mile behind Abby Pulling, who put the fastest lap in here at the Super Prix not long ago, just a month or so ago. She had the 2 fastest laps in the elite class and the O-plate at the TKM Festival, and she is proving once more that these tag engines, the TKM tag engines, the touch and go engines that people have said for years you can't win a Super 1 Championship on anything other than a direct drive engine in TKM. She is proving everybody absolutely wrong. There she is. She's in 7th place, and close enough if good enough, and we know that she is.
Well, Graham makes the move up the inside and takes the lead off Davidson. Look at Abby Pulling go. Never mind Susie Wolf. Move over Alice Powell. We found a sensational British female.
Again, another top class move there by Jack Davidson. We've seen it before today. Another brilliant move.
And Pulling's up to 6th. Pulling has made the move on Bradley White, so this is only just beginning, really. She's going to make another move into Wilkins. I think she just popped up the inside for 5th position. If we look back, has she made it stick? Yes, she has. She is flying here. Up into P5 has come Abby Pulling. She's taken on Reeve-Smith, and now she's taking on the Welsh champion. This girl knows no fear.
She started P3. She was down to 16th place and miles behind after 1 lap, and a lot of people the red mist would descend. The depression would set in, but not Abby Pulling. She's made of stunner stuff, and not only is she setting fastest laps all over the place, her racecraft, Jake, is the thing that really impresses me. That's why it's not only the fact that she's fast, her racecraft is so brilliant, to be fair. And here she comes to make another move, and that's just to give you an example. She can hear me talking, obviously. Let me just pop another one up the inside for you. As Graham goes through to the lead. That's Graham through to the lead. Davison drops down to 2nd place.
Watch your back, chaps.
One of the reasons Abby Pulling is so highly thought of is not just because she's quick. There you go, there's confirmation. 16th after lap 1, 4th now. But
the lead's gone. Long? Sorry, the lead's gone. Down to 3rd position goes Graham, and who's on his tail? It is now Abby Pulling. She's a genuine contender for the win here. It's up the inside. Taylor's done it again.
Oh, how many times have we got to say it? Outstanding driving all day long, and we've seen it again. And Davidson,
he's lost the lead.
Back through to the lead. Here comes Graham. Pulling's going to go with him and hang out the previous leader, Matthew Taylor. Taylor gets hung out to drive through Wilkins.
Yes, oh yes, we could well see Abby Pulling win this race still. I tell you what, if you want to rush down to the bookmakers and bet on the next British woman to race in Formula 1, make it Abby Pulling, because I've never seen a surer thing in my life. If there's going to be anyone who's going to get there, Pulling is now going to challenge for the lead as she comes through to 2nd position. Up to the lead again comes Graham, so Graham hits the front, Pulling 2nd, Davidson down to 3rd. Pulling is 1 kart away from winning this thing.
Unbelievable. Not since Tiffany Chittenden has a girl, a lady, won the Super 1 title. I think Abby Pulling's going to be the next lady. And she goes for the lead and she's there. And Davidson again goes with her. Fantastic racing.
Well, Abby Pulling can't really rest on the laurels yet. She's in the lead, but straight away Davidson's going to storm back down the inside. Graham's going to try and come with her. But how has Abby Pulling gone from 16th position to the lead in such incredible fashion? Abby Pulling is in the running for this one. Davidson holds the lead at the moment. Keep an eye on Joseph Reeve-Smith down the back, is up to second position. Pulling goes back down to third place. That, I believe, is Matthew Graham putting his way back in a second a little bit later on in the race. And still this epic battle continues with Taylor out front, Pulling in second, Davidson third, Edwards now fourth, and Graham down to fifth in front of Joseph Reeve-Smith. How about this? Started P3, down to 16th, running second. You know those races where you can fill a paragraph? You're going to need to write a novel about this one.
I tell you what, this so far, and it ain't over yet, folks. Don't turn the channel over. It ain't over yet. There's plenty more to come. This is the best Super 1 race program ever. Don't debate me, guys. You know I'm right.
This is fantastic. And again now, they're into defense mode. Taylor realizes, okay, we're running out of laps. I need to consolidate my position. Abby Pulling is really pressuring. She won't make the move into Bruno Ferrari chicane. Look, Taylor, he knows. He's pulled off that move a couple of times. He was not about to allow Abby Pulling to make the same move. He held it on the left side of the circuit to stop her coming through. But here we go into Wilkins. Is Abby Pulling going to get the chance to run? No, because she has to defend from Davidson, who in turn defends from Edwards, and they're all trying to pile into Matthew Taylor. This is going to be a glorious last lap. Here we go into the first turn, through Park, up to Cafe. No major moves yet. Still Abby Pulling, the fastest driver of the day. No surprises with a lap of 45.01. She's in second. Down to the braking zone. A little bit of jostling. Nothing malicious. Pulling again, just trying to read the situation for what it is. Bradley White, the leading rookie, down in 6th position. 5 karts battling for the victory. Taylor, Pulling, Davidson, Edwards, Graham. It's going to be any one of these 5 that brings it home. Taylor is having to go major defensive. Pulling knows what he's going to try and do here. Can Abby Pulling cut the infinitive? She's going to try. She's too far back, and she's going to make it to second. Not quite the victory, but watch this space. 2016 could well be her year. Across the line, it's the O plate. Matthew Taylor from Abby Pulling in second place. She's celebrating like she's won the whole race. Jack Davidson in third, Edwards fourth, Graham fifth, White in 6th position as the leading rookie from fellow rookie Lee Whittingham. Christian Briley up to 8th place, up 9 places. Hugo Holmes and Louis Wortley. That has to be one of the best karting races I have ever seen.
It was a very hard battle, dropped to 4th, 5th sometimes, but made sure I really tried to keep in top 3. And then got into lead, and then last couple of laps defended the lead from Abby. They did really well. I'd like to thank Flex Motorsport for the brilliant kit, my dad and mum for letting me doing it, and my family for supporting me.
2 epic races followed up by the small grid of TKM Extreme, but don't think for an instant it's going to be dull.